Chao. Welcome to HUNTER Theory. I'm going to explain about Alluka and Nanika. Alluka is a member of the Zoldyck family, but was told by Silva that he is not family, and not a human being. You may know that Alluka has a separate personality, Nanika, and that Nanika is the gaseous life-form, I, of Dark Continent. There are questions as to whether Alluka is male or female, and who brought Nanika, the gaseous life-form, I, into the Zoldyck family. We will also discuss the origin of Alluka's name and the secret behind his creepy smile. First of all, let's talk about Alluka. Alluka is the last of the 5 siblings in the Zoldyck family to appear in the story, and is a very mysterious character. The Zoldyck family is a family of assassins with 5 siblings, and Alluka is the 4th child of the Zoldyck family. Alluka's age has not been disclosed. However, since the 3rd son, Killua, is 12 years old and the 5th son, Kallito, is 10 years old, it is widely believed that Alluka is 11 years old. Alluka and Nanika's identities were introduced in Volume 33 by the author as Gaseous Life-Form, I, from Dark Continent. Since information about Dark Continent is forbidden to the public, even Silva and Alluka don't know who they are, and they call Alluka's other personality Nanika. In addition, the Zoldyck family has imprisoned Alluka deep within the mansion, as the use of Alluka has caused disasters such as the death of a large number of people. In his first appearance, Alluka has a mysterious smile on his face, but from his next description, he is portrayed as very innocent. With his childlike face, cute appearance, and beguiling personality, Alluka has a gentle nature that makes it hard to believe he is a member of an assassination family. When Killua and Gon go their separate ways as a result of Killua and Alluka's journey, there are times when he shows concern for Gon. Also, unlike Killua, Alluka and others, he does not seem to be any different from a normal human in terms of his fighting abilities. Killua was raised as an elite member of an assassination family, but Alluka never received any such education, and seems to have been imprisoned. There is no mention of Nen abilities. However, the Zoldyck family is divided into 2 main Nen types depending on hair color. If they have white hair, Zeno, Silva, Killua, they are a transmutation ability user, and if they have black hair, Alluka, Kallito, Kikyo, Miluki, they are a manipulation ability user. Therefore, if Alluka has awakened to Nen ability, it is most likely a manipulation ability. Alluka's other personality, Nanika, is beyond the concept of Nen, and will be explained later. This is an aside, but I believe that Alluka is derived from the ancient Greek statue of the archaic smile. In English, Alluka and archaic are spelled differently, but in Japanese, they are Aruka and Arukaiku, and are pronounced with the same sound. The archaic smile was used by sculptors in archaic Greece, especially in the 2nd quarter of the 6th century BCE, possibly to suggest that their subject was alive and infused with a sense of well-being. In a conversation with Fujimaki, the author of Kuroko's Basketball, in 2012, Togashi, the author of HUNTER, said, "The archaic smile is a subtle expression of joy, anger, sadness, and anger. The corners of the mouth are the easiest part of the body to draw that expression." Alluka has a mysterious smile when he first appears, but the author uses the archaic smile to keep the reader guessing. Alluka has a very cute personality and appearance, but Alluka's gender is most likely male. She dresses like a shrine maiden, Miko, and Miko is a woman who serves the gods in a Japanese shrine. However, in the story, it seems that everyone except Killua sees Alluka as a man. Alluka also refers to Alluka as his brother when talking about Alluka to Hisoka. In the Japanese version, the butler and the bus guide also refer to Alluka as a man. Also, in the official HUNTER guidebook, Alluka is introduced as the younger brother, so we can be sure that his gender is male. Only Killua treats Alluka's gender as female. For example, there is a scene where he emphasizes to his butler, Goto, that Alluka is a female. However, Killua himself seems to recognize Alluka's gender as male, as he says, "Yeah," when Morao refers to Alluka as his brother. Considering the meaning of Killua's description of Alluka as his sister, it is likely that Alluka himself considers himself to be a woman. It means that Killua respects Alluka's will, while the other humans ignore Alluka's will. Also, the title of the Japanese version of episode 322 is as shown in the image. When translated into English, it becomes siblings, but when translated into a more direct meaning, it means brother and sister, which is an expression from Killua's perspective. I think the author's playfulness in hiding tricks in such trivial details is one of the major charms of HUNTER x HUNTER. Alluka has a separate personality called Nanika. Because of the existence of Nanika, Alluka is not considered a family member in the Zoldyck family, and has been imprisoned in the basement. Nanika has a special ability to make any request come true, but there are some rules to this ability. The rules are unknown to many, and Silva was forced to imprison Alluka in the basement because he had the power to annihilate the family if he continued to use his ability. There is a difference between the rules as understood by the Zoldyck family and the rules as understood by Killua. First, let me explain the rules as understood by the Zoldyck family. 1. 3 demands make one wish come true. 2. The demand is done by a different person than the one who asked for it. 3. The bigger the wish, the more difficult the demand becomes. 4. If you refuse 4 consecutive demand requests, at least 2 people will die. You and your beloved. 5. If more than 2 people die, they will die in the order of the amount of time they spent with the one who failed. In the case of asking Alluka to make a butler a millionaire, 67 people died as a result of this demand. The bigger the wish to be fulfilled, the bigger the demand required from Alluka will also be. 1. Failure to demand resets the difficulty level and returns to the lowest level. 2. The person being demanded cannot be changed. 3. If the person being demanded dies during the demand process, the demand fails and at least one person dies. 4. Alluka cannot ask for demand if he doesn't know the person's name. 5. You cannot ask Alluka for a favor in succession. That's too many rules. Lol. The important one is, you cannot ask Alluka for a favor in succession. The others can just be somewhat memorized. So far, these are the rules for using Nanika's abilities as understood by the Zoldyck family. When Alluka tracks down Killua, Killua confesses the following rules. 1. Nanika has the ability to heal. 2. Nanika is not good at healing and sleeps immediately after healing. 3. There is no cruel payback for his healing ability. However, Alluka realizes that there are still other rules that only Killua knows about. Alluka realizes that the rule against asking Alluka consecutively does not apply to Killua, which means that if Killua orders Nanika, he will not be asked to demand. It is in their relationship that only Killua can give orders. Nanika was fulfilling his requests and orders to Killua because he wanted Killua to pat his head. The reason being that Nanika loves Killua. As I explained earlier, Nanika's true identity is the gaseous life-form, I. I translates to love in Japanese. Since only Killua understood Alluka and Nanika and treated them with pure love, Nanika responded to Killua with unconditional love. The reason why the Zoldyck family has the gaseous life form, I, the threat of Dark Continent, seems to have something to do with Zigg Zoldyck. Zigg is Zeno's father and Silva's grandfather. It turns out that Zigg once traveled with Netero and Linnet to the Dark Continent. It is possible that Zigg brought Nanika back with him from Dark Continent. The aggression of I in the evaluation list is A2. The meaning of this rate is that the behavior and ecology itself is at a level that would kill the majority of humans. It's no surprise that Silva was wary of Alluka, and Jing rated I as having the power to destroy humanity. The evaluation list says that the fecundity of I is unknown, but Jing says that the best way to deal with it is to lock it up and stay away from it before it spreads. Silva imprisoned Alluka, but as a way to deal with the threat, Silva was taking the best course of action. Silva has a childlike nature, and it is hard for him to think of Alluka as his own child, so he must have regarded Alluka as a threat and dealt with him as a threat. It may have been a difficult decision to make when weighing the survival of the human race and Alluka. Silva seemed ruthless when he imprisoned a young child and did not consider Alluka as a person, but I think Silva had his own thoughts. This is the explanation of Alluka and Nanika. There are still a lot of mysteries surrounding Alluka and Nanika, but I'm looking forward to unraveling them in Dark Continent. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. We'd also love to know which characters you'd like to see introduced and why. As fellow Hunter x Hunter fans, let's get excited about Hunter x Hunter together. Please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Ciao.